Julio.
Both teams are ready to go. This will be a fun game to watch. I'm Perkins, and the game is brought to you by Meebo TV. We'll start with a jump ball. A contested shot. Nice D on that play. A fadeaway jumper. Doncic knocks it down. Shot clock about to expire. Some tight defense here. Shoots with conviction. That's a bad shot. Fires away. No good from the three-point line. Adams with the big rejection. Now that's what we call a brilliant pass. Clay with the catch and shoot. How did Clay compel a perfect timing on that block? Adams, that's a clean block. A failed drive attempt. Cannot shake off the defender. Kind of forced that one. Not a smart play. A wide open shot. Off the mark on that one. Going rush deep. A good look for three. Thompson shoots and Thompson hits. Another lead change in this heated game. Julio prepared for takeoff. Julio with the heavy slam. And they take the lead. Blows by the D. Great defense. The Capella block. Adams. An explosive finish at the rim. That player gives them the lead. Thompson with the block. The defender cannot keep up. An open mid-range. Hits it. Oh my goodness, what a move. Step back and pops. Doncic secures the two-pointer. Fakes the shot. A clever fake. Shot clock winding down. That's some solid defense. A wide open three. That's just way too easy. A step back shot. Doncic stays high from the three. A failed drive attempt. That's a deep three. There's still time for miracles. You won't be making that shot every day. An open three on the way. Oh, an unfortunate miss from downtown. Uncontested three-pointer. Some tough luck there on the three. Julio prepared for takeoff with the rack attack. They've turned the tables. The defender is shaking off on that one. That's what happens when Thompson is left open. And they're back on top. Create space with the crossover. Cut down. 4, 3, score, rush deep. 2, 1. And this one is in the books. It's a disappointing loss, but they'll learn from this and try harder next time.
Hello to viewers.
The players are making their entrance. The show will be underway soon. This is Kendrick Perkins, and you're playing Duck City Dynasty. Time for the tip-off. Wins the opening tip. Lays it up. Dodge is making it look easy inside. The defender cannot keep up. Pump fakes. Elevates. Wiggins with an effortless dunk. The game is tied. A difficult mid-range shot. Whoa, great D. Oh my goodness, what a move. Watch out for the dunk. Julio throws the hammer down. Rises up. Wiggins with a ferocious slam. We're back to even now. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio just casually drops it in. Fakes it, didn't shoot. A clever fake. Going for the dunk. Joe scores with a dunk. It's a brand new ball game from now. Some tight defense here. Excellent pass. Adams blocks the shot. Julio preparing for takeoff with the posterizer. Time is running out. He misses that? I don't believe it. Create space with the crossover. Pulls up from mid-range. Shot is good.
Coffee.
Fakes it. Didn't shoot. To the paint. Wiggins with a ferocious slam. Going rush deep. Goes up for the layup. Julio makes an easy basket. Rises up. Oh, what a shocking miss. That's a quick release. A two-pointer. Won't go. What an incredible assist. Julio with an effortless dunk. A tough shot. The defense was all over that shot. Going for the dunk. Just casually drops it in. Going rush deep. Great defense. Elevates. Wiggins with the rack attack. Not much time left now. Bad shot selection right there. A 4-shot and missed. To the paint. Julio scores with a dunk. A large deficit to overcome with precious little time remaining. From right under the basket, Wiggins buries it down low. No one was protecting the rim. Watch out for the dunk. Throws the hammer down. The defender is shaking off on that one. A tough three-pointer. A missed attempt from three. No. Pump fakes. Shot clock about to expire. Cut down. Julio just denies the shot. 4, 2, 1. Sensational move from Luka. And that concludes our game.
Got blocked.
The players are warming up. I'm sure we're in for a great game. This is Kendrick Perkins, and I will be your commentator for today's game. Tip-off is next.
Oh, come on.
Fakes the shot. Cannot shake off the defender. Driving for a layup. Murray lays it in. Now that's too easy. That shot was contested. Nice D on that play. Blows by the D. The defender cannot keep up. Time is running out. Kaminga, an explosive finish at the rim. Gets a good look. Julio sinks the basket. Pump fakes. Create space with the crossover. Open look. Murray hits it. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the heavy slam. Wide open for a three. Not much time left now. The shot bounces off the rim. Shot clock winding down. That's some solid defense. Throws the hammer down. Going rush deep. Driving for a layup. Julio lays it up and in. Blows by the D. Elevates. Kaminga scores with a dunk. A successful contest by the defender. Whoa, great D. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the rack attack. A failed drive attempt. Oh my goodness, what a move. Rises up. Kaminga with the heavy slam. Quickly takes it to the rim. Doncic nails the two-pointer. Cannot shake off the defender. Some tight defense here. That's some solid defense. Kaminga with the rim-rattling dunk. Going rush deep. Gets a good look. They're struggling on the offensive end. The defender is shaking off on that one, attacking the basket. Murray buries it down low. No one was protecting the rim. Julio setting the pick, sinks the basket. Oh my goodness, what a move. Blows by the D, between the legs, step back three. Launches on top of defense, an off-balance shot, no good. Great defense, blue arrow out. We got ourselves a tight ball game. Defense was all over. Pulls up from mid-range, Julio, shot is good. Some tight defense here. A failed drive attempt. A contested shot. A forced shot and missed. Cut down. 4, 3. That shot was contested. Steph Curry ignores the D and knocks it down. It's all square now. What a game. Going rush deep. 1. And we're heading into overtime. That was not a good chance. Okay, now, the opening tip.
Not over.
That's some solid defense. The defender is shaking off on that one. Going for the dunk. Kaminga with an effortless dunk. Watch out for the dunk. Julio just casually drops it in. Great defense. Cannot shake off the defender. Shot clock about to expire. That's some solid defense. Lays it up. Murray makes an easy basket. Going rush deep. An open mid-range. Steph Curry secures the two-pointer. The game is all tied up. Great defense. Goes up for the layup. Murray lays it up and in. Julio preparing for takeoff. An explosive finish at the rim. We got ourselves a tie. The defender cannot keep up. Kaminga. Pure dominance on display right there. Cut down. 4, 3, 2. Julio scores with a dunk. Tie game. The pressure is on. 2, 1. A successful contest by the defender. Overtime. Get ready for some more action. The defense was all over that shot. We'll start with a jump ball. And we're underway. Julio setting a screen. Fakes it. Didn't shoot. A wide open shot. The players are looking tired. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio throws down a ferocious slam. Some tight defense here. Kaminga finishes with a commanding slam. It's all square now. What a game. Julio preparing for takeoff. An explosive finish at the rim. Create space with the crossover. Kaminga with an effortless dunk. The game is all tied up. A failed drive attempt. Lays it up. Doncic weaves through traffic and scores. Cannot shake off the defender. Attacking the basket. Murray lays it in. Now that's too easy. Tie game. The pressure is on. Doncic finds the open man. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the heavy slam. Blue arrow out. Not a good choice by Murray. Hits it over defense. That's tough. They pulled one back. A tough shot. Steph Curry makes it over tight defense. They got the lead. What a game. Cut down. 4, 3. Kaminga just casually drops it in. They've turned the tables. 3, 2, 1. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio throws the hammer down. And that's the final buzzer. Congratulations. That was an exciting game from the start to finish. Both teams are ready to go. This will be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
This is Kendrick Perkins, and you're playing Dunk City Dynasty. We'll start with a jump ball. The defender cannot keep up. Elevates. George with the rack attack. Great defense. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the heavy slam. Watch out for the dunk. Westbrook with the rim rattling dunk. Going for the dunk. Porzingis throws the hammer down. A difficult mid-range shot, not a smart play. Rises up, Julio with an effortless dunk. To the paint, oh, what a shocking miss. George with the great anticipation. Now that's what we call a brilliant pass. The defender is shaking off on that one. What an incredible assist. Rises up, scores with a dunk. The game is tied. Going rush deep. Julio preparing for takeoff. Pure dominance on display right there. Court leader activate. That's a clean block. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio just casually drops it in. To the paint. Oh no, I don't want to see that miss again. Oh my goodness, what a move. Shot clock winding down. A clever fake. Excellent pass. Elevates. Adams. An explosive finish at the rim. Going rush deep. Create space with the crossover. Quickly takes it to the rim. Julio lays it in. Now that's too easy. A tough three-pointer. Better slow it down now. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio scores with a dunk. Blows by the D. An open three on the way. George. What a beautiful three. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio throws down a ferocious slam. Create space with the crossover. The defender cannot keep up. The shot is contested. That was not a good chance. Fakes the shot. Julio just takes the ball away. An open mid-range. Julio knocks it down. They're leading by a large margin. Blows by the D. Goes straight for a three-pointer. An off-balance shot. No good. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with an effortless dunk. Just too quick for the defense. Wide open for a three. George drains the three-pointer. Going rush deep. Attacking the basket. Julio buries it down low. No one was protecting the rim. Cut down. 4. Westbrook with the heavy slam. 4, 3, 2. That shot was contested. 1. And that concludes our game. And there it is. A big win for them.
Thank you very much. to viewers. Welcome. Thank you
The
for the
players are
like.
warming up. The show will be underway soon. This is Kendrick Perkins, and I will be the commentator for today's game. Okay, now, the opening tip.
Welcome to the stream.
Uncontested three-pointer. Some Luka magic on display right there.
We're having a good day.
A wide open shot. Shot is good.
Now we are 3 viewers.
Adams. Setting a screen. That's a nice dish. Russ stops and pops. Westbrook sinks the basket. Oh my goodness, what a move. The defender is shaking off on that one. Nails the two-pointer. Oh my goodness, what a move. Pulls up from mid-range, hits it. Julio with a well-timed pick. Julio setting the pick. Launches on top of defense. The D was too tight on that shot. Julio rises up for that block. Shot clock about to expire. Westbrook is just unstoppable. Going rush deep.
Asana!
Westbrook sends it away. Doncic with the big rejection. A good look for three. The shot bounces off the rim. Lays it up. Makes an easy basket.
No passing. Of course.
Gets a good look. Missed the open shot. Going for the dunk with the posterizer. Kinda forced that one. A forced shot and missed. A wide open three. Doncic stays high from the three.
Of course.
Open look. Secures the two-pointer. Fires away. Doncic hits it. Defense needs to be better now.
Wait, sir.
Going rush deep. The shot is contested. That's a bad shot. Goes straight for a three-pointer. Hits it over defense. That's tough. Doncic just denies the shot. Watch out for the dunk with the rake attack.
You can go F yourself.
Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio throws the hammer down. Blows by the D. A large deficit to overcome with precious little time remaining. Doncic. Shot is good. Going rush deep. That's a deep three. Hits it from the parking lot. Fakes it, didn't shoot, goes up with strength, lays it up and in. Go Adams with a big time block. Cut down, 4, a tough three-pointer. 3, George sinks it over a heavy contest. 2, 1. Westbrook with a pull-up jumper, and that's it. The game is over. It's a disappointing loss, but they'll learn from this and try harder next time. The players are making their entrance. I'm sure we're in for a great game. This is Kendrick Perkins, and you're playing Dunk City Dynasty. Time for the tip-off. Wins the opening tip. To the paint, Julio just casually drops it in. Watch out for the dunk. Porzingis, an explosive finish at the rim. Porzingis blocks the shot. A wide open shot. Julio hits it. A step back shot. Larson, that's just way too easy. A big basket. They got the lead. The defender is shaking off on that one. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with an effortless dunk. That player gives them the lead. A full athleticism on display for Wiggins right there. Full athleticism on display for Wiggins right there. That's some solid defense. An open mid-range. Secures the two-pointer. Another lead change in this heated game. Going rush deep. With the block. Rises up with a jaw-dropping dunk. And they take the lead. Launches on top of defense. Defense was all over. Elevates. Wiggins scores with a dunk.
Good.
The floor is looking slippery out there. Wide open for a three. Woo, missed an opportunity there. Going for for the dunk. Julio, an explosive finish at the rim.
Dunk it.
Create space with the crossover. The defender is dropped, attacking the basket. Clarkson lays it in. Now that's too easy. Going rush deep. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the heavy slam. The defender cannot keep up. Shoots from way downtown. Spectacular shooting performance. Julio preparing for takeoff. He misses that? I don't believe it. Step back and pops. The touch isn't quite there today. Rises up. Julio finishes with a commanding slam.
Commanding slam.
Some tight defense here. Elevates. Just casually drops it in. Going for the dunk. Julio with the posterizer. Bad shot selection right there. Whoa, great D. Julio preparing for takeoff. Throws the hammer down. Full athleticism on display for Wiggins right there. The defender is shaking off on that one. Full athleticism on display for Wiggins right there. Cut down. Launches on top of defense. 3-1. And that's the final buzzer. And they come away with the W.
Like and subscribe. Guys.
The players are warming up. This will be a fun game to watch. This is Kendrick Perkins, and I will be the commentator for today's game. Tip-off is next. And we're underway. Pulls up from mid-range. Doncic knocks it down.
Kuminga. The heck? Oh, very good toss.
Doncic, quick hands on that strip. Cannot shake off the defender. Watch out for the dunk. McDice with the rack attack. Open look. I can't believe that shot didn't go in. Not much time left now. To the paint. Kuminga. Pure dominance on display right there. Create space with the crossover. Nurkic protecting the rim with a block. A successful contest by the defender. Nice D on that play. A clever pass. Pump fakes. Lays it up. Joe lays it up and in. Blows by the D. Doncic with a big time block. Gets a good look. They're struggling on the offensive end. Goes up for the layup. Joe with the basket.
Yo.
A tough three-pointer. A missed attempt from three. No. The defender can Nurkic with the huge rejection. A good look for three. Thompson shoots and Thompson hits. A failed drive attempt. Oh my goodness, what a move. Nurkic with the huge rejection. A wide open three. How did Clay miss that shot? Clay with the catch and shoot. Oh, a miss? What's going on with Thompson? Blows by the D. Create space with the crossover. Rises up. McDice just casually drops it in. The shot is contested. The D was too tight on that shot. Oh my goodness, what a move. Goes straight for a three-pointer. Better slow it down now. A perfectly executed screen from Nurkic. Thompson, 3 points off the board. Driving for a layup. Joe finishes strong in the paint. The defender cannot keep up. We got ourselves a tight ball game. The defender is shaking off on that one. Time is running out. An open mid-range. Sinks the basket. Thompson with the block. McDice with the big rejection. Cut down. Thompson. Defenders are going to have a hard time now. They pulled one back. 3, 2, create space with the crossover. And this one is in the books. They couldn't get it done this time, but they'll bounce back. Both teams are ready to go. The show will be underway soon. This is Kendrick Perkins, and you're playing Dunk City Dynasty. Tip-off is next. Cannot shake off the defender. Blows by the D. To the paint. Julio scores with a dunk. Watch out for the dunk. Julio throws the hammer down, and we're all tied up. The defender is shaking off on that one. Force the opponent to stop. Shot clock about to expire. Oh my goodness, what a move. Julio throws down a ferocious slam. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with an effortless dunk.
Julio versus Julio.
Some tight defense here. Julio running the pick and roll. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio, an explosive finish at the rim. What a defensive effort from Julio. Pulls up from mid-range, sinks the basket. It's a brand new ball game from now. The defender cannot keep up. A tough shot. The defense was all over that shot. That shot was contested. Not a smart play. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the heavy slam. Glass snatches on. Boom. Gets the seal. Open look. Missed it.
No.
That's some solid defense. Miller sets a solid screen. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the rack attack. Going rush deep. Julio just denies the shot. Gets a good look. Julio secures the two-pointer. Going rush deep. Going rush deep. Attacking the basket. Julio makes an easy basket. We're back to even now. The ball is stopped. Blows by the D. Going for the dunk. Miller scores with a dunk. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio finishes with a commanding slam. Julio setting a screen. A wide open shot. DeRozan. Shot is good. Julio preparing for takeoff. An explosive finish at the rim. The game is all tied up. Elevates. Miller just casually drops it in. Going rush deep. Elevates. Julio with a rim rattling dunk. We got ourselves a tie. Cut down. 4, 3. Flash snatches on. Throws the hammer down. 1. A long-range three-pointer. Going rush deep. And that's it. The game is over. This is a learning experience. I'm sure they'll come back stronger next time. The players are making their entrance. I'm sure we're in for a great game. I'm Perkins, and the game is brought to you by Meebo TV. Okay, now, the opening tip. Oh my goodness, what a move. An open mid-range. Knocks it down. Sends it away. A wide open shot. Westbrook hits it. It's a brand new ball game from now. Goes up for the layup. Buries it down low. No one was protecting the rim. Going for the dunk with the heavy slam. The game is tied. Quickly takes it to the rim. Blew that one. Rises up. Adams with an effortless dunk. From right under the basket. Nails the two-pointer. And we're all tied up. Open look. Doncic sinks the basket. A failed drive attempt. To the paint with the rack attack. We're back to even now. Lays it up. Makes an easy basket. Going rush deep. That's a clean block. A difficult mid-range shot. The defense was all over that shot. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio scores with a dunk. Watch out for the dunk. Adams throws the hammer down. Watch out for the dunk. Westbrook is just unstoppable. It's a brand new ball game from now. Shoots with conviction. Defense was all over. What an incredible assist. Julio with an effortless dunk. The defender is shaking off on that one. Westbrook blocks the shot. Fires away. No good from the three-point line. Julio preparing for takeoff. He did not just miss that. Gets a good look. Julio knocks it down. Create space with the crossover. Going rush deep. Quick Julio rises up for that block. Adams, that's a clean block. Adams with a big time block. Launches on top of defense, hits it despite being heavily guarded. Westbrook is just unstoppable.
Nice, let's win this before we end the stream.
Shoots with conviction. That was not a good chance. There's still time for miracles. Fires one off, knocks down the three. Tie game, the pressure is on. Going rush deep. Great defense. Pulls up from mid-range. Julio. Shot is good. Miller blocks the shot. Elevates. Adams. An explosive finish at the rim. Cut down. 4, 3, 2. Julio preparing for takeoff. Julio with the rack attack. 1. And that concludes our game. Congratulations. That was an exciting game from the start to
See you on the
finish.
next stream.